Okay, we are on the air.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Okay, this is Colette, and she is my awesome friend sister from who we met from Trans by Dev, and I'm going to be interviewing her, and then she will interview me at some later point, probably later today, depending on if this
Yeah.
interview goes for like 3 hours or not. Okay. So I'm going to ask her 10 questions, ranging from trans-related to childish to just downright juvenile. Okay. Question number one, Colette. Why did you just start to make YouTube videos? Why did you decide to start making YouTube videos? Yes.
Well, I started making them because, well, I wanted to document my progress, and there was a channel that I used to watch a lot called Megan's Life, and she had this like vlog up that was all these images of her going through her transition. It was called The Many Faces of Megan. It was like one of those video montage or like photo montages, and I thought that that was really, really cool. And I thought, maybe I should just document it. I don't know if I'll like make it public or whatever. So then I actually had a couple other channels, and then I took everything down because I completely freaked out and like, oh my God, everyone's gonna know my business. And then I wasn't really ready to be like out or anything. And then this last channel that I've done, it's been amazing because now why I keep my channel up is just because of all the suicides and stuff like that. I just kind of want to do my part and try to like stop that. So that's why I have a channel.
Okay. I would, if I may inquire, like how many attempts were there? Like how many times did you start a channel and then take it down? Was there only one, or was there multiple times?
There was two. There was one. God, it was like right at the very beginning of my transition. And then the second one was like I was kind of midway, and then this one that I have up now. So yeah.
Okay.
It's just the comfortability level. I just didn't feel comfortable. Like I was just, I don't know. It was really, really weird. And then I got to a place where I felt more comfortable with myself. So then it ended up being okay. So yeah.
Well, I am a very big fan, and I'm absolutely starstruck and honored to be interviewing you.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Okay.
Chug my wine.
Question numero 2.
Okay.
What would you say was the catalyst in prompting you to transition?
That's a good question. The catalyst for me was I was working at MAC Cosmetics, and I kept getting pulled in for meetings with the management because they kept saying like, and it was because of my image. I wore makeup like the girls at the counter did, but they wanted me to look more like, I don't know, some glam rock guy or something, and that wasn't me. And it was really weird because we had meetings about it, and it was kind of like they made me look at myself in a way. They're like, your face doesn't match your body, and then that like started the whole questioning of like, wait, what do they mean by that? And then I started going to therapy because I always struggled with depression for a long time. And I started to realize it was because of gender identity. Like I never felt like I was living in my body. And so working there and having to see myself and getting to actually really explore my femininity and like makeup and stuff like that totally like brought it out. And then from there it like led to the whole transition thing. So that was a big thing.
What year was this that you were working there? Or roughly what year?
I worked there between 2008 and 2010, I want to say.
So what about like,
was that then? Yeah.
what about like Pete Burns, I think his name is, who was on Celebrity Big Brother, and he was like he like basically does what you're saying that you were doing. Couldn't you have just been like, well, celebrities do it, so, and he's a rock star, so like I am a rock star, fuck you.
Well, what they wanted is they didn't like the guys who wear makeup too much, which is weird because you think of them as all races, all sexes, all Mac or whatever is their like slogan, and it's not. It's all about like whatever the operations manager, what they want the image to be, and they couldn't. They always said, "We can't figure you out. We don't know what you are." And I'm like, "Oh well, that's lovely." So when I left work, I think that they were gonna get rid of me because they'll get rid of you for any weird reason. And I got out of there before then, so ended up working out in my favor. But
it's the US where you can lose your job at any time because you are just a small cog in the machine and you are disposable.
Exactly.
America, fuck yeah. All right. I love the sound effects. Okay, number 3, pre-transition. If there had been a pill that cured being trans, would you have taken it? And just to clarify on this, I mean pre-transition, not knowing what you know now.
Oh my God, that's a hard one. I would probably say if I didn't know what I know now, like, I mean, I'm the most happiest I've ever been. Like, I don't know what my life would have been like if I would have taken a pill or something. But at that time, I probably would have taken it just because out of shame and having like a negative viewpoint of transgender people. Because I was raised with the idea that transgender people were just like these like awful fringes of society and like, you know, and you're ingrained in that in your mind. So I probably would have taken the pill, to be honest.
And knowing what you know now?
I wouldn't. No, I love where I'm at now in my life. Like, this is like, I can't believe like the moments of like euphoria I get being able to like dress the way I want to just be me. It's like one of the best feelings. So it's like, God, I'm finally like living. So I don't know what it would be like if I would have taken a pill. Would I still been this like self-destructive, like depressed person all the time? So I don't know.
Well, you look fabulous now and you seem happy. So that's good. Don't go like kill yourself.
Okay.
I would feel so bad. If you're going to do it, you have to wait like at least a few days. Okay.
Crazy.
Okay. Number 4, this is the childish question, which I was asked like every single time I taught a class in China. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Probably Mexican food.
No. I mean, what, like a burrito, nachos?
Oh, it's called sope. It's like, it's the same stuff you make like a tortilla out of, but you make like a little disc and you bake it and then you fry it and you put like refried beans, lettuce, salsa. It's like this like mini like pizza thing almost. Those are my favorite.
Oh my God, that sounds good. Just thinking about it. Well, because you know that anyway. Well, but the thing is that I need to ask you actually, since you are like a legitimate Mexican person, sort of. I love Tex-Mex, and I love that they have sour cream and cheddar cheese in their stuff. Is that actual Mexican stuff, or is that just American stuff?
I think it's probably a little bit more Americanized. Because when I would visit my family in Texas, they still made mostly authentic Mexican food, which is kind of more like vegetarian-y. Like, it's mostly beans and rice and like cactus and stuff like that. And then like when my grandma on my dad's side, which is the white side of me, when she made burritos, I mean, it was full of cheese, sour cream, salsa, like chicken. And when I had like enchiladas at my grandma, who's from Mexico, it was just like cheese and onion, very simple.
Which do you prefer?
Well, probably more my grandma from Mexico. I love the sauce that she used to make. It was amazing. Oh my God. Like, literally, if she made you a tray of enchiladas, you'd eat the whole thing. You would literally eat it until you burst. That's amazing.
Oh my God. Okay, well, like, when I get a chance to visit you, you need to make Mexican for me, please.
Oh, I know. I have the recipe. I do. Before she
Awesome.
passed away, she gave me her recipes.
Very good. The recipes got off the Titanic. They're in the Colette lifeboat now. All right. I'm sorry for your grandmother. That wasn't appropriate.
I'm like, that's my favorite. I swear to God, of this whole thing.
What's your favorite?
Oh, this laugh track.
That is a good one. I kind of like the gong though.
Oh, the gong. Do you want me to do it?
Okay. All right. The addendum to that question is: has your sense of taste changed since transition? If so, how?
Oh God, it actually has. I get since I switched to the injectable hormones, I get very nauseous the first couple days after my shot, which I've noticed. Like, I can't stand the smell of bananas. I don't know what it is. I don't like, because I make whatchamacallit, I make food for my cats. Like, I make it from scratch, and I use real butter, and the smell of melted butter makes me like kind of gag and get kind of nauseous. And it was never like that before, but it's usually right after my hormone shot, and like really sensitive to certain scents in food. And estrogen has made me like more hungry all the time. Like certain times I find myself like eating, I'm like, oh my God, you need to like stop. Like, oh, and I crave salt. I don't know if that's from the hormones, but it's way more than I used to. I can eat a whole jar of pickles in one sitting. It's disgusting. I don't know if that's hormone related, but it's like, I never used to be that way. And now like, I'll buy like a giant thing of pickles, like the like gourmet kind with like garlic in there and stuff. And I'll literally eat the whole jar in 2 days. It's so gross.
Well, I understand that, because like for me, I used to eat it with kimchi. But I also found that like chocolate now, it actually tastes fucking amazing compared to before.
Oh,
Is
wow.
it the same for you?
Oh, well, I have always loved chocolate. So.
Okay. I didn't know what the big deal was about it. And then it was like, this is amazing.
Oh, that's interesting. I still love wine too, except it makes me sick. I have to be careful.
I totally gave up drinking. But I do other things. Number 5. What would you say is the most interesting insight transition has given you?
Wow. It's given me a couple different things. I would have to say the understanding of what male privilege is. That's a big one, because before, like, I operated as like a gay man or whatever, and I never really had any issues getting jobs, never had any problems with that. But it's and now transitioning and kind of being in a weird state, and you can kind of like sit back and kind of see how the different genders operate. And I see how like the women in my office and even the women I worked with at Mac, they had to work like 100 times harder to get recognition, as opposed to like a boy that just gets hired. Because every time they hired a boy at the Mac counter, they were revered, they got promoted. But the girls, like, they could be like the top sales girl, like all sorts of stuff, and they're still in the same position. Like, they have to go above and beyond to like prove that they're worthy. So that was something I really saw. Like, I actually was like, whoa, like this is not something that people theorize. It's very blatant. So that was something that I feel that I've really come to understand since transitioning.
Do you think that it could possibly not be the fact that they're not getting recognition because people don't notice it, but they're not getting recognition because maybe people think that women are less likely to quit a job if they're not being treated as well, or something like this, or not being promoted as quickly? And they just feel like they could get away with it, so they just do it.
Well, I do think that women, I've noticed like the girls I work with, that they tend to like even if their job is really shitty to them, they stick around. And I noticed that with men, most men like quit. They like get the fuck out. So I wonder if that's there's some truth behind that. But I also think that a lot of women are overlooked. I do think that, because it seems like when where I work now, I work in human resources, which is mostly all women. And that when we have to do interviews, the majority of the people who interview are women, and then we get like 2 random male candidates, and they're always hired. So I'm kind of like, that's interesting. I mean, some of them interview way amazing, so that could be why. But other times I question it. So.
Oh, well, that's a little bit worrying. Number 6. Would you mind sharing an experience about somebody who reacted poorly to your transition?
Yeah, well, there's been quite a few. A couple that come to mind is a close friend of mine. I decided to just kind of write her like a message on Facebook, because I was slowly, like, this is when I was slowly starting to come out to everyone. And I wrote her a message. I was just being really funny and stupid, and like, she actually wrote back like, you know, this is like caught me by surprise, and I don't know how I feel about this, and I probably won't be able to talk to you for a while. And we didn't talk for like 6 months or something. And that was like, I didn't really get hurt by it though, because at that time I was like, well, if you don't like love me for me, then whatever. So I knew that I was progressing in my transition, which is a good thing. And then also kind of like how my relationship with my mom has changed. Like, I've come out to her, I've really like put myself out there, and she responded, but now we don't talk anymore. So I kind of feel like those things have been not so happy making, I guess.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's very sort of common experience among trans people.
Yeah. And mine are like pretty tame, I think, compared to how some people react, you know. I never had anyone like threaten my life or anything crazy like that. Thank God.
Yes, thank God. You're much too beautiful to kill. That's just
Oh my God.
okay. Oh right, it's time to play a game. Can you play some sort of sound effect?
Okay. Oh yeah, let's do it.
I need a game sound effect.
Or is it this?
Okay, sounds very impending.
You do that when you ask a dramatic question. You're like, oh, tell me about your childhood.
Oh my. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play the Google game, and that is, you have to fill in the blanks from least popular to most popular, the top 5 search suggestions from Google. Now the sentence is, where can I find blank in Phnom Penh? And you have to arrange the following 5 words, and you need to arrange them in order. Say them from least popular, or I mean, it's still popular, it's top 5, but the least, the lowest one, and the number one at last. Okay, so here are your choices. Number 1, happy pizza.
Happy pizza?
Okay, wait, sorry. So just to fill everyone in, I lived in Phnom Penh for the last 3 years, and this is it just has to be your ability to guess at what people are searching for in Phnom Penh. It's just a city in Southeast Asia. So happy pizza is pizza with marijuana toppings, and it gets you really high when you eat it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is prostitutes.
That's got to be like most.
Number 3, food. Street food. Yeah, they have street food in Mexico, right? Yeah, I guess so.
I think so. Yeah, they do. And they don't.
Number 4, weed.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5, ladyboys.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna say, you said from least to like best, or the opposite?
Least to best, yes.
Okay, so the least searched I'm gonna say is weed. No, weed. I don't know. Well, I'll do weed.
Okay.
And then the next would be like street food. And then the next would be like lady boys. The top would be prostitutes. And then I guess happy pizza.
Happy Pizza is number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So prostitutes, happy pizza, lady boys, street food, and weed.
Okay. All right. Well, can we have a drum roll?
Oh wait, no, here it is.
Yes. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Okay. You were incorrect on all of your answers but one, which is prostitutes.
Oh, no.
The correct order is prostitutes, ladyboys, happy pizza, weed, street food.
Wow.
So basically, people want to fuck before they eat.
Apparently.
And
Hardcore.
ladyboys representing. All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so number 8. What's the single most important tip that you would give a pre-transition male to female transsexual?
Advice I would give them. I would tell them first thing they need to do is I'd highly recommend the website TS Roadmap. It's like trans and then I think it's sexual. I don't really know, but it's tsroadmap.com. And that website was like super beneficial in my transition. It gives you an overview of financial costs coming out, name change stuff, how to make like a timeline for yourself, therapy, all sorts of amazing resources. So I still refer back to that all the time, especially when I was like about to come out at work. I read people's like letters of how their coming out at work went. So that was really helpful. So I highly recommend that. And I really recommend them finding someone that is a gender therapist so they can get the process started. So they do it in a really good way. Like I really feel like if you're just starting transition, like you just have to start by doing the process slowly. I feel like you should start therapy, and then from there, then you go to like an endocrinologist and start getting your hormones. Like I think when you start laying the foundation that way and creating some sort of timeline, then you end up having a more successful, smoother transition, as opposed to being like, okay, I'm trans, so I'm going to do black market hormones. I don't need a counselor. I don't need medical care. I'm coming out tomorrow. You might end up having a really negative ride. So I would highly recommend kind of following that sort of guideline. Yeah.
And roughly how long do you think is reasonable to wait between starting therapy and starting hormones?
My therapist was like 3 months. Like she says, she just wanted to get a feel for me for about 3 months, and then she gave me a referral. And that varies depending on your therapist, because sometimes they might be a little bit more lenient. They might want to see you a lot longer. She was pretty cool. Like she wanted to kind of get to know me, and then when I mentioned, I think I'm ready for hormones, she's like, all right, great. So then she sent me the referral, and I went from there. So it's, I think, about 3 months. So it's not too long. You think about it, because it gives you a chance to really get to know your therapist and kind of build a good relationship with them. So
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 9. What are the 3 most important things in your life?
The 3 most important things in my life. Okay. The 3 most important things in my life are my boyfriend, my animals, and my friendships. Those are my top 3 things. I guess I'm included with my boyfriend because I'm important, damn it. So it'd be like the 2 of us, and then like my critters, and then like my friendships and relationships and stuff. It's kind of hard though, because yeah, I guess that works. I mean,
What critters
Yeah.
do you have? Tell me about your critters.
I have 2 dogs and I have a handful of kitty cats that I take care of, and I have a couple that I take care of that are feral outside that aren't friendly, but they're all really important to me because they're just really.
They're not
I don't
friendly
think
to
I have
you,
any.
but you take care of them?
Well, the ones that live outside, like they're feral, they're wild. Like they haven't had any interaction with humans, nothing. So I catch them and get them fixed so they stop having babies and shrieking at high levels in the middle of the night. But they're important to me because they're just so cute and sweet, even though they're not sweet.
Okay.
Animals are important. Yeah, animals in general are like very important to me. But music's important to me too. So maybe I'll put like at the top, like it'll be my boyfriend, me, my friends, my animals, and music. I don't know. And laughter. Damn it. I can't do 3.
They're guidelines. They're guidelines. We're not going to be Nazis. We talked about this already.
I know.
Okay, the last question on the list, although if you have more to say, absolutely, that's okay.
Okay.
Looking to the future, how do you see yourself at age 60?
How do I see myself at age 60? Ooh, I want to look like Diane Sawyer. Oh my God, I think she's so gorgeous. Like she has like her tailored like white crisp classic button up, her tailored slacks and her cute black pumps. I see myself like that. Like I want to be really refined and I want to be very happy. I want to be whatever I'm doing creatively or professionally, I want to be loving what I'm doing, and I don't ever want to retire. So I just want to be living life, having amazing friendships, having a wonderful home, that stuff. And I'd love to have that when I'm 60. That would
Did
be
you
cool.
pick Diane Sawyer because of the Bruce Jenner interview?
Yeah, because I kept staring at her. I'm like, she's so freaking gorgeous. Like, I want to look like that when I'm in my 60s.
Really 60?
I think she is or close to 70, I want to say.
Wow.
But she's got like those like perfect hair. Huh?
She's like immortal or something.
I know. That's why I love her. Yeah, I didn't even realize it until watching that. I'm like, God, she's amazing.
Yeah, that's okay. Yes. All right. I also choose Diane Sawyer. Okay. Well, do you have anything else which you would like to express on this auspicious occasion?
God, I can't think of anything. Like, I'm excited if we do this like more regularly. I think that would be really cool.
We definitely should.
Yeah. The only thing I can add is my little Ewok friend. Isn't he cute?
He's super cute. So are you a Star Wars fan?
I love Ewok. Yes, I finally just seen them like in the past 2 years. One of my best friends is a Star Wars freak. And she didn't think I'd enjoy them because I typically don't really get sci-fi stuff. And I don't know if it's transition or not, but I seriously enjoy those movies. Like, oh my God, like I love them. And now I'm ordering like all of them so I can watch them from beginning to end. So I guess I am a big fan. I guess I'm an out late person with Star Wars.
Star Wars closet, I see. It's good.
Apparently. I don't know.
I have to ask you, did you like
me, huh? What?
Did you like or hate the Jar Jar Binks character?
Jar Jar, which episode is Jar Jar Binks in? Is that the newer ones?
In the newer, he's just like some goofy alien thing. He's just like comic.
Oh, I haven't seen the newer ones yet. I've only seen the original 3.
I will not spoil it for you.
I have the new ones coming in the mail.
Okay.
So my favorite character is, I love the Ewoks, and I love Chewbacca. I love Chewbacca.
Have you seen Clerks, the movie?
I love Clerks. It's been a long time, but I love Kevin Smith. I think he's amazing.
I was just thinking of I Am Chewbacca.
I need to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that tonight.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Okay, well, if that is all for now, we will see you again very soon. And of course, I look forward to hanging out with you again very soon. We can maybe do some sort of free topic thing, or both answer questions together, or something like that.
That would be fun. I'd love that.
Love it. Okay, well, I have the biggest crush on you ever now. I'm so starstruck and smitten and everything, and you are just wonderful. And thank you so much for agreeing to this interview. And
you're so welcome.
Please just let me grab onto your coattails and ride my way to fame. Don't forget about me.
Me and my 200 subscribers.
100,000 subscribers. Okay.
Well, cool.
That's it for today.
Well, I guess that was my turn to like ask you stuff now after this.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Is there any sort of goodbye music?
What was that?
Is there any sort of goodbye music?
Oh, there's hand clapping, and there's... No, that's bad. There's more clapping. I don't think there's any other sounds besides that.
Okay, well, this is probably an awkward ending, so I'll just stop the broadcast then. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye.